Hi, welcome to my technology planning and analysis of Kearney Public Schools. First, we're going to take a look at the School Administrators Technology Leadership Self-Assessment Survey. A couple strengths from the survey. I believe that virtual or online or blended learning is effective for potential dropouts, and I agree that the dropout age should be 18. Room for growth. Our district has effective measures of student outcomes. Our district uses latest technologies to manage costs, including purchasing and bidding. I believe that our students are dropping out because they're disengaged from school, and data in my school or district is collected on how technology supports instruction. I do have a few more that are room for growth, but these are ones that were kind of ranked in the middle. They weren't at the very bottom, but they weren't at the very top. I think the measures of student outcomes was one that stood out to me. We don't have a really strong way to measure student outcomes on a daily basis. We have our measures of academic progress, our MAPS testing, and kids do take those twice a year, but I feel like the measures aren't varied enough and we don't have enough information on those MAPS tests. A couple more that we have room for growth. Technology effectively tracks students' P12 progress in my district, and technology is used for interventions to lower the dropout rate in our schools. I think they do use technology a bit for kiddos that are looking at dropout as an option, but I don't think that it's used effectively enough. Some of the focal points from the survey, things that I felt that we needed really to work on is I believe in multi-aged groupings. I think at a middle school that would be really difficult. 11-year-olds and 14-year-olds are a lot different. Technology is effectively used to prepare our students for careers and or college. There are college prep courses, but they're usually 9-12. In our 6-8 school, I don't think that there are a lot of college prep courses, and I don't think that a lot of our kids are thinking about careers. And then electronic portfolios of student work are mandated in my school and district. I feel like electronic portfolios are really important, and the reflection of their learning could be a benefit if that was a mandate. The second survey was the Future Ready Leadership Self-Assessment. The assessment results for each of the categories shows that I ranked our district between emerging and established on all 4 categories. The first category is personalized student learning, and a couple of the strengths that I found are pathways for learning and new teacher roles. New teachers are allowed to take some initiative, and they are asked to create and help with the pathways and make sure that kids are meeting what they need to meet. Some of the weaknesses from this section are rigorous and relevant learning outcomes, integrated assessment, powerful learning designs, and rich learning resources. These are all things that I think our district can work on. The integrated assessments is a big one. I don't think that the assessments are the same from class to class, even though the curriculum should be the same. The next category, personalized professional learning, I feel like we had a few more strengths: aligned and integrated outcomes, collaboration and community, shared leadership and ownership, and systematic support. We have started in the last few years the PLCs, professional learning communities, and we have worked on that collaboration and community of the shared vision. We've really been working on rewriting our vision so that it is a shared vision and we all take ownership of that. Some of the weaknesses in this category are job embedded and personalized learning, focus on evidence, and appropriate technology. I don't think the focus is on evidence. I don't know that we have the best ways of gathering evidence, and we definitely aren't trained how to use that data and the evidence from the data to drive instruction. The robust infrastructure. Some of the strengths are the digital devices, software and systems for teaching and learning, administrative data systems. Those are all things that we do pretty well. A couple weaknesses are connectivity and capacity, technology personnel, and out-of-school access. I think the technology personnel and the out-of-school access are the two that stand out the most. I think our technology personnel are lacking. They're very skilled, and I appreciate the work that they do, but there aren't enough of them. They're way overworked, and I think that that's a great way to get burned out and have to replace those people too frequently. And then the out-of-school access, we definitely do not give kids the same access to technology outside of school that they have inside of school. The next category is the collaborative leadership. Some of the strengths are we have strong leadership aptitude, an ongoing plan for improvement. modeling use of technology, and sustainable funding. Our administrators do model technology really well, and we do have an ongoing plan for improvement. The weaknesses that we have are that the shared vision for teaching, leading, and learning. I don't think that the vision is shared all the way through. I don't know that we have a culture of trust and innovation, and the transparent communications definitely aren't there. That comes back to the vision. I'm not sure that things are shared the way they should be. And then the district policies. Those are all weaknesses on that category. As far as the technology planning, some things that I would do as far as learning, I would create a succinct and transparent curriculum integrating 21st century skills and personalized learning for each student. And that would need to be collaborated with a PLC or some sort of group of people, including stakeholders from the community, board members, people that could write the curriculum and make sure that it's transparent and everyone knows the format and can access. I think that's really important, and that's something that's lacking in our district. Create actionable feedback devices for student learning and train teachers to use data to drive instruction. I think we do have some feedback, some data that we can get and have access to, but I don't know that teachers know how to use that to drive instruction and make individualized instruction for students. I would connect all stakeholders in decision-making process. That comes back to that first step that I had. I would also model to students how to change from passive technology users to active technology users. And I took this from the National Education Technology Plan. Here's a picture of what I was talking about. A lot of kids in this society are simply consuming media or completing digitalized worksheets, and that falls short. I think interacting with technology, creating global connections, making something, designing something, maybe some sort of simulation or even peer collaboration is better. As far as the technology aspect of the plan, I would provide technology accessibility for all learners so that students can access the same information in different ways. They can learn, they can see it, hear it, interact with it. Students can produce multiple products to a global audience. I feel like if they have that electronic portfolio and they know that the world can see it, that makes the level, the standard of completion, the accuracy that they must use higher. Close the technology divide so that kids that don't have access to technology can have access to technology, and motivate students with unique and fun ways to learn. The resources that I would need are reliable broadband internet access, firewall protection service so that we can make sure that kids are safe on the internet and that we are focused and on task, professional development to teachers to make sure that all teachers can help kids, that teachers can utilize technology in their planning and in their instruction and also in the projects and the student use. Also, more technology support staff. That was one of the areas that I identified as need in the self-assessments. Chromebooks for all students to purchase or borrow. I feel like Chromebooks really they're inexpensive and they do allow kids to complete what they need to complete if they don't have their own device. And something else is that I feel like kids should be allowed to bring their own device. BYOD, I think, is pretty important. And the after hours availability to facilities for independent work. I don't know that there is anything for kids after hours, definitely nothing provided by the school.